Good evening, everybody. As a preliminary matter, this is Todd Corain, Vice Chair of the Auburn Planning Board. Permit me to confirm that all members are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Ronald Brooks.
Here.
Sierra Samara.
Here.
Markesh Nalin. John Regan. Okay, thank you. Town officials and employees participating, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Town Planner Adam Menard.
Here.
Good evening. This open meeting of the Town of Auburn Planning Board of Tuesday, January 10th, 2023 is now called to order at 7 p.m. This meeting is being conducted both in person and remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, and extended on June 16th, 2021 by the legislature. For this meeting, the Planning Board is convening in person and by remote access. For the public to join the meeting remotely by telephone, call 1-312-757-3121 and enter access code 133-747-477. Or the public can join via computer at gotomeeting.com/join/133-747-477. The remote access information has been posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded by Auburn Cable Television. Is there anyone here in the audience tonight that is recording tonight's meeting? Seeing none. Accordingly, those members of the planning board, employees, and members of the public who participate remotely, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you, and please take care not to share screen your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Please rise and join us in the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All supporting materials that have been provided to members of this body are available on the town's website. Meeting business ground rules. I, Vice Chair of the Board, will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the Vice Chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Please remember to speak clearly and into the microphone in a way that helps generate accurate meeting minutes. I'd like to remind the audience, applicants, town administration, and each of the planning board members to please refrain from asking questions in regards to all matters discussed this evening without first being granted my consent. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. First issue on the agenda, applicant Mass 10 Enterprises LLC requesting a special permit under section 3.2.5.3 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for a drive-through restaurant at 824 Southbridge Street, Auburn, Mass. 01501, map 66, parcel 148. Can I get a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? Sierra?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
And the vice chair votes aye. Public hearing is now open. Adam?
So I spoke to the developer or the applicant for this project. They requested a continuance until there could be a full board here. Special permit needs 4 yeses. So there's only 3 of you couldn't do much of a vote anyway. So they're going to continue till the next meeting.
Can I get a motion to continue to the next meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Sierra?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
And the vice chair votes aye. Next on the agenda, applicant Tesla Inc. requesting a special permit seeking relief under section 6.3.2 parking of the Auburn zoning bylaw for 8 charging stations and associated equipment at 385 Southbridge Street, Auburn, Mass. 01501, map 33, parcel 87. Can I get a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Sierra?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
And the vice chair votes aye. Is anyone here for the applicant? Yep. Do you want him here or the podium?
If you want to sit.
You want to join us? That'd be great. Thank you.
Good evening, Matt Burke for Tesla. Am I correct? We need 4 votes to seek our relief. Should we request a continuance then as well, or?
If you want to save time tonight, yes. If you want to go through, we can go through, ask any questions. That way at the next meeting.
Yeah, why don't we do that? And then we'll request a continuance just to make sure we have the correct votes. So yeah, it is a pretty simple procedure. Tesla's currently at the Auburn Mall and seeking to expand it. So there are 8 superchargers. They're looking to double that. So 16 total superchargers, 8 of which are new. Replace the existing utility transformer with a larger one. And then there's some additional support equipment that goes along with it. So I think we're here just for, I think it's 6.3.2, just any changes in the parking site plan that need amendment. And so, you know, the spaces, of course, will be used in a similar way. They're not exclusive to EV charging, though we certainly try to encourage that, but we don't police it. So, yeah, pretty simple, and happy to answer any questions with regard to our proposed installation.
Thank you. Sierra, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
How many spaces? 8 additional?
It'll be 8 additional chargers.
So it's 8 parking spaces.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a half one that was created with the initial installation that we're going to also reuse as a ADA compatible space. So it's kind of like 8.5.
And are some of them on the east end and some of the west end where Sears used to be?
Most of them, if you're looking at them, I think most of them are on the west end. There's 7 on the west end to the left of the
The
existing.
Sears, is that the Sears?
No, so these are the Tesla ones, so these are all on the.
Reliant Medical.
Yeah, on the
Group
Reliant
side.
Medical
Oh,
side.
that's the east side.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then if you're looking at them though, on the Reliant Medical, the building being here, if you're looking at them straight on, most of them are on the left of the existing ones. There's one, just because of the way the spaces were, that's on the right side.
A different EV charging company has some on the former Sears side.
I think everybody's there. Electrify America and EVgo are both at the mall, but yeah, located elsewhere.
I just have one question on the specifications for the handicap parking space. So Mass Architectural Access Board requires either an 8-foot wide space and an 8-foot wide hashed area, or a universal 11-foot space and then a 5-foot hatch area. You're showing a 9 and 5. So in order to be a compliant ADA van accessible space, that space actually has to be either 8 and 8 or 11 and 5.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we can review that. Inspector would enforce that.
It's state law, but it also comes into on what we approve here.
I'll have to review with our engineer. I mean, my understanding was that was compliant with state law, but we can review that, certainly.
The building commissioner is the ADA coordinator for the town, so he'd be the person that.
Does town staff have any questions?
No, I don't think any staff really had any comments or concerns with it.
Since this is a public hearing, is there anybody from the public that would like to provide comments or questions? If you want to come up to the podium, just please state your name for the meeting minutes.
I'm at 9 Kennan Terrace, which I'm across the street from the mall. And I showed up tonight because currently I have 8 charging stations in front of my home that have 8 neon lights glaring at me all night, and as well as the Auburn Mall lighting for the parking lot. That used to shut off at 11, but now goes through the night. So I think I wanted to find out more about any more illumination that may be coming about. But I can see that it's at the other end, so I can see.
Yeah, so these charging stations are actually on the opposite side of the mall. These are the Tesla ones.
Which I'm relieved, because you can clearly understand why. I mean, I have 8 neon lights at me all night. And they do illuminate two of the bedrooms. So that's why. I just didn't know if there was any regulations.
That's something that she should follow up with the
Yeah.
building inspector on.
Yeah, if you want to call inspectional services, you can send somebody out to take a look at it.
I didn't know that. That's why. Yeah, I didn't know that I. Oh, okay. So that was special.
Professional services.
Finally, I appreciate that and that.
Adam, and can you mention it to the code, to Caleb, that she might be approaching him on it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you.
And can you do anything about the existing lights, though, or?
So, I mean, our stations will be similarly lit, you know, as far as the charging dispensers themselves will have the Tesla logo lit, and there is existing lighting there that we will likely improve, but it would be similar to existing conditions. I mean, they are 24/7 access, so there is an element of it is what it is, existing conditions. We don't think we're changing any of that.
Is the one that
No.
she's speaking about
No.
one of yours?
No,
I don't believe so based on.
no, they're not. So, yeah, no, so the Tesla ones are on the Reliance side. They're not near any residential.
Yours is on where the Sears end
The
is.
Sears side, yeah. Yeah, those are a different company. Nope, that's fine. Okay, so at this time, if there's no other questions, I'd like to ask for, oh, go ahead.
When you come for the next week's meeting, do you have any kind of a lighting diagram that shows how they're lit? And
I mean, on sheet C3, it talks about the proposed light pole that we will replace existing. So I mean, that's essentially matching existing lighting. And then I don't have the construction drawings in front of me, but if you look at the diagram on subsequent construction detail pages that show the charging dispensers themselves, the Tesla logo is illuminated in red.
It's tiny.
They will look identical. I mean, some of the support equipment is different from what is currently there, but the dispensers themselves, what people think of as the chargers, those will look identical to the existing units. I can, if you give me a second here, I have it electronically. I didn't print out a copy for myself. I can direct you to the right page. So if you look on sheet C4, showing the various diagrams of the supercharger, those Tesla logos that you see on the front and the back are illuminated.
There's a loop that's all neon yellow or green that's illuminated. Yep. For the Tesla, it's just the logo.
those that are going in Reliant, as you look at Reliant from the end, they're on the left-hand side?
They're closer to Reliant.
Right on Brotherton Way.
I just can't,
Yep, so this is Brotherton
yeah,
Way here.
all right, they're all right
They're all
there.
right here.
And there was something that
Yeah,
showed.
yeah,
that.
there's existing here, so there's the existing ones and they're adding more.
And there's no houses over there.
No, there's the fire
That's
station.
just the island and the fire
Yep,
station's
there's
over
a
there.
Pizza place right over there. Yep.
But that's something to think about
Yep.
in the future.
Yeah, for the,
Glad you brought it up.
okay, there's no other questions, can I get a motion to continue?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second? Sierra?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
And Vice Chair votes aye.
That's
Thank
2
you.
weeks, correct? Great.
24th, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda, applicant Nordic Industrial Properties requesting site plan approval under section 9.4 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for an addition to an existing structure and a new freestanding structure for commercial/industrial use at 12-14 Sword Street, Auburn, Mass. 01501, map 11, parcels 13 and 144. I believe this was continued from the last meeting. And Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we're still waiting for peer review, so they're seeking continuance.
Correct. Hopefully we'll have the peer review by the end of this week.
Can I get a motion to continue?
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second?
All those in favor, Sierra?
Aye.
Ron? And Vice Chair votes aye. Next on the agenda, a discussion CMRPC delegates. As you know, the planning board is responsible for appointing two delegates to the CMRPC. I've been representing, one delegate is required to be a planning board member. I've held that position. The third delegate need only be a resident of Auburn, but appointed by the planning board, and former planning board vice chair and current selectman member Steve has been filling in for that position. If there's anyone interested, or if you want to hold this until the next meeting to have a discussion when Duarkesh and John are here. That makes sense. Okay, so why don't we hold that?
Oh,
What does the committee do?
so CMRPC does regional planning. For the delegates, there's 4 quarterly meetings.
Okay.
They vote on the budget, I guess is the big thing. There's always presentations about various initiatives that the commission is doing, whether it's housing, economic development. They did a lot of public health stuff in the past couple of years. Yep, transportation is big. It's interesting. And the town gets funds. They get 12 hours a year automatically, and as long as somebody goes to these meetings, if somebody goes to the 4 quarterly meetings, we get 4 more hours. As other meetings. So it's a benefit for the town to get those hours, so I often use them for mapping. We don't have a GIS person, so they've been helpful with mapping for several different projects.
If you're interested, you can go to their website, and you'll get an idea of the regional planning that they do, the types of studies they do, that the board reviews.
Check it out. Thank you.
Meeting minutes, can I get approval of the meeting minutes from December 13th, 2022?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Sierra?
Aye.
Ron? And Vice Chair votes aye. There's no new business unforeseen by the Vice Chair. Is there a town planner update?
No, this time I'll give you an update next meeting with some stuff that's coming up.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Second? I was like, wait a minute. Sierra?
Aye.
Ron? And Vice Chair votes aye. We are adjourned.